How's it going out there, everybody? Vit's here with Pharmacide. Um, this is going to be a video of a practice, rehearsing awakenings for the video. Uh, like I was saying in the last video, the first EP was just, I almost want to freaking pull it and just forget it ever even existed, but that's just not my way. I put it out there, so it's out there. But like I said, I do want to. I wanted to actually at one point I wanted to do a video of Merc as well, and before I wanted to kind of redo Awakenings, but not necessarily redo the drums, just start from scratch on the production, and everything would have sounded a lot better. But I couldn't find. My stems from the first EP were on a different laptop than the laptop that I use now, so I don't have any of those stems. So I did have Awakenings because I had already planned on putting that as like bonus tracks on originally the EP that I was going to put out, a couple years back, the next EP after Be Horror Story. So thankfully I did have Illogic and Awakenings stems, but I didn't have the other two songs. So anyway, I haven't I recently listened to like my whole library of music, and it's like the first time I've listened to it in 6 years or so, most like, because it's like I never listen to it after I've gone through the studio process and it's been uploaded. I might listen to it one or two times just to see how the mix translated over to Spotify and YouTube and stuff, but other than that, I just don't, I've heard it enough, and I don't play live, so there's no need for me to go through and keep rehearsing back through songs. I mean, in reality, in retrospect, moving forward in the future, I think I'm just going to keep all those songs on there, so when I'm just, playing and stuff like that, I can just kind of keep running through, because it's, the more you run through material, just the cleaner, the tighter, the more you get more ideas here and there, and start throwing little things, variations and stuff, and, you definitely see a difference markedly. So, anyway, moving forward, I probably will start doing that. But anyway, so I listened to it, obviously, and cringed, and I played through it a handful of times over the last week and a half, something like that. We already talked about my busy schedule and disabilities and all the other issues that hinder things, but anyway, I did get into the studio today and I rehearsed it a couple times, and I figured, that's a opportunity for a YouTube video. This is like the beginning run-throughs. I mean, so it's probably going to change up a little bit by the time I get it to the final product, but that I'm, for the video, but this is and I'm not, like I said, I haven't heard the song in years, so like I'm still relearning all the counts and stuff like that, so I'm coming in at the right times and different stuff, and I'm a little sketchy here and there through it, but again, this is just a practice rehearsal type thing. Not even a rehearsal, it's just kind of a practice. So How's it going out there, folks? So we're after the video here now, and couple things. For one, one of the things I did in my process of this was to listen to the old song a few times just to see, how I drummed it, what I did, and all that kind of stuff, so I could compare it to what I did this time around. And one thing I realized, I don't understand how I did this, but I do remember this recording. I actually think I uploaded the wrong drum track for this song when I was exporting everything. I don't know how I did, because I thought that I spent like all kinds of time trying to make sure that stuff was like right, but I don't know, because when I listen to it, there's drumming mistakes in that song that it's not like production issues, it's just straight drumming mistakes. And I would have re-recorded that, and I remember that recording actually and saying, you know what, I got to re-record this. And I like I said, I know I re-recorded it, or maybe I never did. I don't really know, but all I know is the one that shouldn't have got uploaded. So that song is even in worse shape than I thought. But anyway, so when I went through this time around, one of the things that I liked is, as opposed to last time, I did like a slow build up through the song this time, and like kind of climaxed it at the end. And I think that kind of fits a little bit better with the song. Like I said, this was just a practice, and you can see there's mistakes and stuff like that, all kinds of, I'm coming in late and early, and at one point I can't decide which beat I want to play, but this is like, I haven't like rehearsed any of the counts and stuff like that yet, so it's like, this is just a straight practice to give me a reference point so I can hear what I'm doing and move from there. But another thing I wanted to mention is, so normally when I do something like this, I just use the overheads, and like when me and Adam are shooting ideas back and forth, it's like I just record the overheads and don't send them nothing else, because it's like I'm not going to mic up the whole kit the kit's mic'd because it's like I keep the mics on the kit, but it's like I'm not going to go plug all the cables in and all that kind of stuff if I'm not like. But this time around I did decide to plug in the bass and snare mic, so in retrospect now, I kind of wish I would have plugged the toms in too and used my room mic as well as my overheads, but the overheads, the bass, and the snare is cool enough, I guess, for what I'm doing. And it gave me a chance to kind of practice my mixing, mixing the drums, and just all that kind of stuff. So it's, I didn't put like the kind of time in it that I would be putting into a song, but I did start like this top-down technique of mixing the drums this time, which I'm really digging, because it's like you put everything on the drum bus, all the drums, like in my case this time it's the snare, the bass, and the overheads. I'm routing them to the drum bus, and then I'm like putting my effects on there. So it's like I'm EQing that, I'm putting some compression on there, and trying to, between that and leveling, get the best sound I can. And from there I did end up putting some EQ and some compression on the bass drum, and I put a little bit of reverb on the snare, and I think I toned down the high end of the overheads a little bit to try to drown out the hi-hat some, because that was a little bit loud. But my mics were placed a little bit differently than they normally are, so normally the hi-hat's a little bit more containable, so I'm not worried about that. And then the toms definitely sound washed out, but I didn't have my tom mics, so like in the real recording, the toms will be mic'd and everything, and I have the room mic, and the overheads will be in proper place. So I'm kind of happy with it. I'm happy with the song where it went. Like I said, obviously it's not studio ready, but it's just a practice. So I'm definitely happy with the direction that things are going in, and more stuff to